Hey there, Fletch from All Things Overlanding here, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 3 super inexpensive mods that I've done for my 2023 Nissan Frontier that I would recommend to anyone with a Frontier. These are things that cost less than 20 bucks in most cases except for one, and they're things that are a must-do, I think, for any owner of a D41 brand new body style Nissan Frontier. So if you want to hear what those 3 things are, if you want to see that list, if you want to see them in action, I'm going to show you the actual ones that I've got, and I will put links in the description below to each of them too, so you know exactly what to buy. Stay tuned.
Understand where it came from, but you got it, my got it. It began in the land of the sandstorm. I fought it, though I wanted everything to do with what you gave to me. Loosening my grip.
All right, so as far as must-have mods, they all are in the cab. They're really easy to spot, so I'm going to walk you through them. And again, I'm going to put links in the description down below to each one. Now, the first one that I've got here that is a must-have and is the only one that's over 20 bucks is these Offroam mounts. Now, I went with the ball mounts because then I can mount stuff like this and just do general stuff. So I have one that will hold my phone. I've got one that could hold like a GoPro or a camera. You could mount like your GPS up here on this. So there's a number of things that you can mount. But Offroam makes a ton of different options. They make them with like a plug and play charging phone charger. You can mount tablets on these things. There's tons of ways to do it. And the thing I like the most about it is there's no drilling. So unlike the other options where you have to drill holes in your dash and you lose this whole section, these are no drilling, and they're really easy to install. I'll throw a card up here in the top right corner to the video that I made on these mounts where I show you how to install them, how easy it is, and give you kind of more thoughts on them. But these are definitely a must-have. And for one with like a phone mount, it's like 50 or 60 bucks. For one of these ball mounts just by themselves, it's like 30 or 40. So I mean, they're very reasonably priced. Even though they're a little over 20 bucks, they're still kind of a must-have for the D41 Frontier. So now item number 2, what is next? I got these very inexpensive screen covers. So it's kind of hard to tell here, but maybe with this light on it will help. It's like an iPad cover, right? It's like anything that you've got, any of these devices that we've got nowadays, it's just a screen cover. So I'm buying my truck. I'm planning to have it for years and years. I definitely don't want to be scratching up the OEM screen. So with these little screen covers, I think it was 15 or 20 bucks and I got 2 of them. They're really easy to install. They come with a cover on them. So you line them up, you pull the cover out from the back, and then they stick on. I've had this on here for about 7,000 miles now. Yeah, it's got some fingerprints and stuff, but no scratches. It's protecting the screen. When this one wears out, I've got a backup. I've got a second one that I'm going to throw on here, and then it will just make my screen last much longer because this new infotainment, right, is everything. So this powers everything. All my CarPlay, all my functionality runs through that screen. So I definitely want to protect it. And for 15 or 20 bucks to give you some insurance and make this thing last a lot longer, I feel like that's a must-have for the new Frontiers. And then third and final mod, we're going to go down here into the center console. So as you can see here, basically it is this tray. I don't know why Nissan did this, but normally it just looks like this. It's just a giant hole down the middle for some reason. I don't know why. On some of these models, and mine does not have it, there is a plug right here. So they did take that into account in the tray, and there is a spot there for it. So if you have a plug, you can still access it. It's got these nice little rubber sort of mats that are removable. So if you wanted to clean these things, you can pull those out. It's got some room for change back there, which again, we lost from the 2nd generation truck to the 3rd generation truck. There are no more coin holders like there were in the old one. So now with this, you get that. And then you get a big spot over here with tons of room for stuff like, chapstick. I've got my little satellite communicator there. Got a little thing with like ibuprofen and stuff in it if I get a headache, that sort of thing. But again, just a really nice thing for, 20-ish bucks to be able to change this whole thing from a giant hole where all your stuff just kind of falls down into it and gets lost to one where you can actually organize it. You can store some spare change, and you can give yourself 2 layers. So you've got your bigger stuff down below, and then you've got little stuff up above. All right, guys, so that was my 3 must-have mods for the D41 or 2022-2023 plus Nissan Frontier. I hope that was helpful for you. If it was, click that like button. If you're not already, make sure to click that subscribe button, click the bell to be notified when new videos drop. I'm going to do a ton of new Nissan Frontier content because I love this truck. I've been a Nissan person for 25 years, so I'm super excited about the new truck, and there will be a ton of content coming on it. I also do stuff like overlanding stuff and gear reviews. So again, if you're into camping, overlanding, off-roading, any of that sort of stuff, and you have or want to get a 2022 or 2023 or newer Nissan Frontier, this will be a good channel for you. Of course, in the description below will be links to everything that I mentioned in this video. As I mentioned earlier, there are also links to all my other social channels. So if you want to join the conversation on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever, click through those links below and go check that out. I've also got a podcast that drops every week talking about overlanding stuff. So if you're into that, check that out. And then there's a link to my website where I sell patches and stickers. So if you are into camping, overlanding, you like funny patches and stickers, I've got one that says I hate people so I camp. I've got one that looks like a hot dog and says don't burn your wiener, like funny stuff like that. If you're into that sort of stuff, definitely check that link out and go to the website and buy some patches and stickers. Be awesome. And then, of course, last but not least, we've got links to my Patreon page. We've got a 24/7 Discord where we all kind of chat and hang out and talk about our rigs or gear or sales or share memes, that kind of thing. And then there's also a link to the Facebook group that I run called Newbie Overlanders. So again, if you're into overlanding, if you're experienced or new, and you just want to be in a group where people aren't bullying each other nonstop, this may be a good place for you. Definitely check that out as well. But again, thanks for watching. Post up your questions in the comments down below. Post up any thoughts that you've got, any things that you think I missed that should be must-haves for this truck. I'd love to hear from you guys. But again, I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next time.